Running for U.S. Congress against David Wu. Today marks a special day in American history. Does anybody know what that is? Now, 145 years ago today, the American Civil War came to an end. Out of those times was born the Republican Party, the party of Abraham Lincoln, the party of emancipation of the slaves, of women's suffrage, the party of equality for all, the party of we the people. It's the American Party. I'd like to first start by referencing another event in American history, Patrick Henry's Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death speech. For those that don't know it, Mr. Henry, prior to the Revolutionary War, gave an impassioned speech filled with curses, and I'll leave those out, that roused those that were listening to stand up for freedom. And what do Americans cherish and hold most dear?
Freedom.
Oh, yes. Freedom. Their God-given individual rights, liberty, and freedom. And they're under threat again today, folks. Conservatives today are trying to conserve the most liberal revolution of all, the American Revolution. And conserve it we will. The reason I bring this up is that at the back of the room in the doorway during the speech, there was a young man listening intently. Does anybody know who he was? He's not that old. His name was Thomas Jefferson. It matters what's said here today, as you never know who's listening. This is our time. We are living American history, and our future leaders could be right here in this room. And considering George Fox's reputation, for America's sake, I sure hope so. What I'd like to do here today is tell you a little bit about myself, what I believe in, and why I'm running. For those that don't know me again, my name is John Kuzmanich. I am the owner of U.S. Nationwide Mortgage out of Beaverton, serving my community to help them navigate these tough financial times. I am a native Oregonian, born right smack dab in the middle of downtown Portland at Good Samaritan Hospital. Of the 10 places I've lived in Oregon, all of them have been in 1st District. This is my home. I went to the University of Iowa. I graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Economics, with an emphasis in finance and business administration. As a business owner, my experience is in mortgages, finance, housing, real estate, job creation, balancing a budget, making a payroll, and all of the relevant issues that need addressing today. I have been under assault for the last 3 years from the economy, government, regulation, taxes, you name it. I've been right in the thick of things. I am battle-tested. My father, he came over from communist Yugoslavia and served this country as a United States Marine. He and my mother taught me, through hard work, you can become anything you want in America. They taught me that this is the land of opportunity. That's why people come here. That's the American promise. I'm running for Congress because I see this, the America I love, slipping away. I see us being taught to be dependent, not independent and free. I was taught that when we fail, we learn from our failures. When we succeed, we take pride in our successes, and those are 2 lessons we can teach our children and build a society on, and we have. America has given the world everything. The assembly line, the airplane, the agricultural combine that feeds the world, modern medicine, the light bulb, the computer, nuclear technology, and even the automobile. The automobile. How quintessentially American, idealistic, empowering, useful. Freedom. These are not government solutions to our problems. Did I leave out Al Gore on the internet? Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, and Bill Gates were not working for the government. They were individuals inspired by their own dreams and aspirations to produce, create, build, invent, and yes, profit. And we all profited in the process. Instead, I now see a government that is punishing success and rewarding failure and wondering where the jobs are. I see job creators and entrepreneurs, the backbone of job creation, being taxed out of existence right when we need them most. I'm running for Congress because I believe we the people are being mugged by out-of-touch politicians who no longer represent us. Instead of prosperity, they're heaping debt onto our future, our children, and generations that aren't even born yet. Imagine that. Generations that aren't born. That, by very definition, will result in taxation without representation. It's un-American, and it's wrong. But something's happened in America, isn't it? There's an awakening. And it's been brewing for a long time. We see it from the town halls to the tea parties, and even the march on Washington, D.C., the 9/12 march. All of these things I've been a part of. I know because I've been there. The Reagan majority is reforming. Amen. And it transcends. I'm glad y'all agree with me. It transcends party lines. Reagan appealed to conservatives, independents, and Democrats alike. He didn't do this by ditching his values and principles. He did it by standing up for them and telling people he represented we the people, not them the government. They are Democrats and Republicans. We are all Americans. I think Reagan said it best when he said, it's a simple answer after all. Not an easy one, but a simple one. That is why, as a member of Congress, representing Oregon's 1st Congressional District, I would focus on the 4 C's. Common sense, where's it been? The Constitution, capitalism, and a calculator. We got to get back to what works, and we need to put Americans back to work. We have to reduce taxes and the size and scope of government. We have to stop the reckless spending. Our government must live within its means as we have to. We must pursue energy independence, all forms, instead of relying on countries that don't have our best interests at heart. And we must address the balance of individual rights and state rights versus the federal government's. I also believe we must keep our country safe from all enemies, foreign, and those right here at home. And finally, we absolutely must uphold the Constitution of the United States. All of it. Especially when it's getting in the way of government. That was its intent. It keeps us free. What do I believe in? Well, if you haven't gathered already, I'm a fiscal conservative who believes in American exceptionalism. I believe in personal responsibility and self-governance. I believe in limited constitutional proper government, free markets, lower taxes, deregulation, and a strong national defense. There are those that say we are the party of no. That simply is not true. We are the party of yes. Yes to lower taxes. Yes to a reduction in spending and the size and growth of government. And yes to jobs. Yes to proper representation. And yes to an American Renaissance. And in November, it's coming, folks. We're back. I'm glad you're with me. I am extremely excited about our future. I believe we can retake Congress again, get in there, cut taxes and the corruption, stop the reckless spending, repeal the damage, reduce the intrusion of government into our lives, and get the private sector cooking again, where real jobs, growth, prosperity that we so sorely need will come from. But to do so, we got to run the right guy. And I believe I'm that guy. A wiser man than me once said, if you want to lead, you got to start by leading. And that's what I intend to do. Do any of you, well, let me just say, I never wanted to seek public office. Do any of you guys remember the Mel Gibson movie, The Patriot? Okay. A good friend of mine told me that I remind her of the character in the movie. A reluctant patriot that had turned his attention away from his life because if he didn't, he stood to lose everything he loved. He had to risk everything, his life, his home, his future, and turn his skills and ability to the task at hand or risk losing it all. He had to fight for what he believed in. Well, now, I don't know about all that, but I will tell you, I am willing to risk and sacrifice all that I am for my country, my family, our future, and you, the people, I intend to represent and serve. And make no doubt about this, service is what this is all about. This is my service to all that I love and cherish. I am a fighter for Main Street, for us, because I'm one of us. And it's going to take a fighter to defeat David Wu in November. Woo! I promise to fight for all of you, freedom, prosperity, and jobs, jobs, jobs. Vote for me in the Republican May primary, May 18th, and together we will take back this country in November. God bless you all, and God bless America.